we need to produce the same amount of food with less energy, with less pesticides, with less fertilizer and less water. We also have to make sure that the agricultural sector really becomes climate smart.
It's a really exciting opportunity to be here in Berlin with 300 people from across policy, research and end users, focusing on this very important challenge of feeding growing population in the most sustainable way possible.
We have to work together, research, government and farmer, because with this linked group we can reach the best results.
Our premise in CCAFS is that agricultural development would be the engine for change for mitigation. We're also interested in more transformative technologies or more transformative policies. So that might be things like artificial meat, low emissions cattle, better means of storing carbon in the soil, or policies that might be global scale carbon taxes or carbon subsidies.
The foods we eat, how much we eat, where we get our food from, can make a major contribution to the overall greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture. So we need to inform consumers, inform policymakers to enable them to make their own decisions. We can't assume that we can dictate to people what they can or cannot eat, but by providing them choices and information, we can enable a much more coherent response that also recognizes that sometimes trade of food is a very good way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and sometimes it adds to greenhouse gas emissions.
Well, I think we need to pay more attention to how people are eating, and not just wealthy people, but the availability and affordability of food for poorer people, nutritious, good food. I think that solving that and really paying attention to the distribution of food is one of the keys to future food security.
We've heard a lot of very promising research presented over the last 2 days at the scientific conference, so it's a great opportunity to share that with people from a range of countries and a range of backgrounds.
In one of the sessions today was a comment that about people make the change. It's not technology or management that need to change, it's the people make the change. And so we need to have all players together to actually understand the different drivers, different goals they have and how they all come together and how we can then give them the tools to make the changes that are required.
I think it's critical that we don't talk amongst ourselves. We need to start with conversations with policymakers, with industry, with farmers in these places. If we start with their problems, with their perceptions of the problem and with their needs, we have a much better chance to ensure that we deliver solutions that they will then readily adopt.